Okay, so you want to make this wheel spin. How do we go about doing that? We could add a rod in the middle and spin the rod with our hands, which will cause the wheel to spin, sure. But how else can we do it? We could add a piece here called a crank, and add another rod to the crank, and let's make the top of the rod flat and call this a piston. So now we can push down on the piston, which will cause the crank to spin, which will cause the rod to spin, which will cause the wheel to spin. And as the wheel spins, it will bring the piston back around, and then we can just push down on the piston again, and this will just keep spinning. But how do we do that without our hands? How do we generate this explosive force? Well, we could just use something explosive, like petrol. So let's put the piston in a tight-fitting chamber where it can only move up and down. Then we can pour some petrol in, light a match and drop it in, and boom, an explosion. This will cause the piston to move down, which will cause the crank to spin, which will cause the rod to spin, which will cause the wheel to spin. And as the wheel spins around, it brings the piston up again, and we can pour more petrol, drop another match, and boom, another explosion. So now you have a spinning system without using any force from your hands. If you want, you could replace the wheels with blades and essentially have a petrol-powered lawnmower. But overall, there you have it, an internal combustion engine in about 60.